Hi, Linda Sessions here, and this is week 2 in computer applications. So I wanted to get on here and go a little bit over what's happening in week 2 and talk to you about what's going on here. So let's jump right into the class in Canvas. So here we are. This is the instructor view, so your view as a student might be a little bit different, but you're still going to have these same objects in week 2 module. Now it started on the 20th, today's the 22nd. I apologize for being a couple of days late with this. You have an overview. Now you do have a discussion board, so this discussion board is due on the 26th, which is this coming Saturday. It is over Excel. So if I click on this second discussion board, it's going to come up and it's going to talk about basic Excel understanding and real-life applications. So if you are new to Excel, if you've never used it before, you probably won't be able to answer it yet. You want to wait until you've at least looked through the chapters in the e-text before you come back and answer this particular discussion board question. So let's come back here. I'm going to come over here to the left-hand side and select Modules. I'm going to go back to Module 2. Here is Videos, but I've also got the video right here. This is the video for Excel Chapter 1 project. So in this video, I actually cover the assignment here in SAM for you. So what I do in this video, in the videos, I not only cover the projects in detail, but I talk about the different skills. So you will have me there to explain Excel to you as well as the assignments that are going on. So you can start and stop me as much as you want. But remember, when you're working on the projects, you also want to go back and look maybe at the e-text, or you can always Google if you have questions. Right now, let's go ahead and click on this Reading in Excel. You want to go to the Module 2 and click on the Reading to access the reading for the class. Don't go through the bit.ly link. The textbook there is a little bit different than the one that's in the modules. We are working on getting that updated. But for right now, just go to the links that are in the modules for the e-text. So here we have creating a worksheet and chart. This is Excel Module 1. Let's look at this chapter and how I want you as a student to look at your chapters. If you are brand new to Excel, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this little arrow right here. It's going to take you to the next page. And right here are the objectives in the chapter. So you're going to look at these, and it's going to talk about in this chapter how to start an app, talk about the Microsoft Office ribbon, the Excel worksheet, all of these different objects. So as you look through these objectives, if there are some of them here that you have no idea what they're talking about, then you definitely need to go look at that in the e-text. Read through it. Make sure you read through that part in the chapter. If you're like, oh, I know most of this stuff, what I want you to do is go ahead and read through this introduction. Go ahead and click on the arrows and pay attention to the stuff in the boxes. If you are actually going to complete the project that's outlined in the chapter, here's what you would be creating, this table and this pie chart. I'm going to click on this arrow, and as you go through the different pages in your e-text, look for things that stand out, like here is a link. Well, what is a worksheet? It's going to give you a definition. If it's colored, then that's a term that you might want to pay attention to. If you have a graphic or a picture, you might want to pay attention. Read about it. Okay, so that's what you want to do as you're looking through a textbook. Now, These particular tips right now are good with any e-text that you're going to be looking at as you go through school. If I want to go back to the table of contents, I'm going to come up here to these 3 lines. It's going to take me back to my table of contents. As you look through the table of contents, if there's something here that is brand new to you, you have no idea what it is, or you want to know a little bit more about it, then what you're going to do is select that and then read about it in the textbook. This textbook is awesome. That's why I chose it. When I was in grad school, I had an instructor that actually chose a textbook. I paid like $500 for this textbook, and the professor never had us even open it. It was actually it was beyond frustrating. And so when I have a textbook, it is one that I feel is important for the students. It contains great information, so make sure you look through it. If I click back on this table of contents icon, if you go down to the bottom, in my particular textbook, you also have a review with a summary. So you can actually look here, and it's going to go over what was in the chapter. Then there's also some apply knowledge, extend your knowledge. These are some exercises. You do not have to complete any of these exercises for this class, but they are there for you if you want to extend your knowledge and look at something beyond what's in the class. And if that's something you're interested in and you want some of those files to work on those, let me know and I can send them to you, but none of them are required for this class. So after you at least looked at the objectives, read the introduction, looked through the chapter, looked at the review and the summary, then I'm going to come back up here to the chapter. So I just went up here to the tab. I'm going to come back here to the week 2 module. And now you're ready to go to the video. So in this video right here, this is a video that I created where I go over the Excel Module 1 Chapter 1 project. So in this video, I cover all the skills that you're going to need to know to complete that Chapter 1 project. I actually complete the Chapter 1 project. So I think this video is like 49 minutes long. So I not only complete the project, but I explain the different skills. One thing you want to remember as you're completing the skills when you're doing a SAM project is you want to pay attention to the details. Because if you don't complete the skills the way it's outlined, then you're going to be counted wrong for it. So make sure you pay attention to the details. If I come back over here, so I've watched the video. I'm going to come back over here now on the left-hand side. I'm going to go to Modules. And I'm going to now come to the SAM and the Module Project 1. And yours might have due in front of it. I try to put due in front of the stuff that you need to do for the class. So you can click on that. And if you have your pop-ups enabled, then it will open up automatically. If not, you just need to click here to open your content. And it's going to bring up the information in Cengage for this assignment. So right here, we have our assignment in Cengage. Right over here is some information on how to do the different the project in SAM. Then right over here, we have our Start button. So we're going to click on the Start button, and it's going to bring up our 3 steps that you need to complete for the SAM project. You're going to have first where you're going to download the files. You're going to have an instruction file, then that is going to give you the instructions that you need to complete, and you have your starter file. So since this is Excel, your starter file is an Excel document, and you're going to take the instructions and you're going to modify this Excel file. So you can download these and then you can save them to that folder you created in Module 1. And then you can close this, work on this. For some of you, it might take you about an hour to complete. Some of you might not take as much time. Some of it might take more time to complete this particular assignment. Once you have it completed, you're going to come back to this spot in Canvas, and you're going to upload the file here. Now, you have to have this file name. It's going to have your name on it here, but it has to have this file name. If you don't have the correct file name, it will not let you upload it. Once you have it uploaded, then you're going to submit it for a grade. And what's really cool is once you have it submitted, you're going to get a graded summary report. And when you have submitted the graded report, it will actually tell you exactly what your grade is. And if you got something wrong, it will tell you what you got wrong. And you can go back into your original document that you submitted, make the changes, go back to the assignment in Canvas, and then you can upload a new document, and your highest grade is what counts. And you can do that up to 3 times. So if you get like 40 on your first attempt, you can actually open up that attempt, make the changes as they're outlined in that graded summary report, and change that grade from a 40 to a 50. And the 50 is what's going to be in the gradebook. There are 5 SAM projects, and you can do that on all 5 of those SAM projects. So it is possible to get the full credit for those 5 SAM projects if you want to resubmit and do it. And you can do each of those up to 3 times, sorry. So I'm going to download the instructions, and I'm going to download the starter file. I could come over here to the downloads. See, here's my starter file. And the starter file is here in Excel. I've got my protected view. I need to enable editing. And if I come back up here, I can open my instructions. And the instructions are always in a Word document. And enable editing. So you can save these just like you saved that Excel file in Module 1. Save it in that folder you created for the class. Right here it tells you exactly what you need to save your document as, and then here's your project steps. One thing I want to caution you on, so like in this first one it says cut the worksheet subtitle from E2 and paste it in A2. So if I come back down here in my taskbar, you can see I have Excel and Word. So if I click on this Excel, it's going to bring up my Excel document. Your name should appear here. If I go to current accounts, in E2 right here, I need to cut this from E2 and paste it in A2. Now I have had students that have just deleted this from E2 and then retyped it in A2. You're going to get counted wrong for doing that, because the grader, it's AI that's grading it, and it wants you to use that particular skill. So make sure you use the skills that it's asking for. And in that video that's in your project in Canvas, I go over these steps and I explain how to do them, and I also go over why you might want to do that particular thing. So watch that video. And once you have this all done, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that. I'm going to come to A2 and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to come up here to the File tab. I'm going to go to Save As. Save As is, you always want to save as if you want to change the name or change the location. I always come down here to Browse, because I want to tell it exactly where I want to put it. I'm going to go into my WSU Tech account, and I'm going to find my 24 fall, and I've got my computer app projects. And then I'm just going to change that 1 at the end to a 2. Now mine is going to say, you already have something there, do you want to replace it? And I'm going to say yes, because I did this earlier today in another class. And then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to close my instructions. Now what's really nice is you can download this and you can work on it. You don't have to have this open. You can come back here whenever you get it finished. So now I'm going to come here and I'm going to click and I'm going to find that document. And I'm going to upload it. Oh, wrong folder. And again, if you don't have the correct name, it's not going to accept it. So you might have to open up your document again and rename it with the correct name. And I'm going to submit. Now I'm going to look at my graded summary report. And it's going to download it. And your summary report is always going to be in the program that you've created it in. So right here you can say I only got 4 out of 50 because I didn't do anything else. But if I got like 45 out of 50, I can go back in. I can go to my file folder. I can find the original document that I created. And I can open it up. And I can make changes to this document. And then I can resubmit it for a higher grade. Okay. So, and you can do that up to 3 times. So pay attention to that graded summary report. Now, the AI grader in Excel is pretty spot on. So, like I said, pay attention to the details. If you don't put a number in right, if you don't do the actually do the skill correctly, it's going to count you wrong. So pay attention to everything it's asking you to do. The other thing is here in the instructions, at the last page of the instructions, it's going to give you a view of what your document should look like. It's very tempting just to come into here and just type this information into your document. You're going to get counted wrong. These follow-up dates right here, this is all done with formulas. So you want to make sure that you've used formulas. So don't just come in here and look at this picture. Make sure that you follow the written instructions. So you're going to do the same thing. At your ring. You love technology. You're going to do the same thing in that you did for Module 1. You got the same thing for Module 2. There's a video. This goes into a little more detail with formulas and functions and formatting. And again, there's a video that goes over it and explains those skills. And then the big thing is time management. And make sure you watch this video, the time management presentation video, and then you're going to be creating your own time management spreadsheet. So make sure you pay attention to that. The thing where I see students mess up with the time management is that they don't submit their analysis. Because what I want you to do is I want you to look at your week and where do you need to make changes to be successful in the class. So you're going to watch that time management presentation video. So here in your time management spreadsheet assignment, the video is right here as well. And then here is a video where I go over how to create that time management spreadsheet. But make sure you follow the written instruction because it's your weekly schedule. Reach out if you have questions. I'm here for you. And have fun this week learning Excel.